No justice, no peace. Tired of these crooked police. Tired of getting shot up in the streets. Trying to make a change, you can do it, look at me. I'm a fucking OG, nigga. Pay attention when I speak, nigga. All the girls love street niggas. The whole world loves street niggas. But when we starve, they don't eat with us. Homeless, they don't sleep with us. Through the hard times, they don't be with us. But they all want be niggas. White boys want be niggas. Granddaddy smiling in his grave. Cause my great granddaddy was a slave. They ain't having bumping this like, hey, hey. No justice, no peace. Up late night grind, no sleep. Cause 400 years of segregation, we behind. But this time we gon' eat. Fuck these whack activists, trust me. We ain't marching, we ain't hurting our feet. One more time, man. Come on, man. Stop playing with y'all. We got a time traveler coming in here, man. We got a time traveler coming in here. Hey, no justice, no peace. Tired of these crooked police. Tired of getting shot up in the streets. Trying to make a change, you can do it, look at me. I'm a fucking OG, nigga. Pay attention when I speak, nigga. All the girls love street niggas. The whole world loves street niggas. But when we starve, they don't eat with us. Homeless, they don't sleep with us. Through the hard times, they don't eat with us. But they all want be niggas. White boys want be niggas. Granddaddy smiling in his grave. Cause my great granddaddy was a slave. They ain't having bumping this like, hey, hey. No justice, no peace. Up late night grind, no sleep. Cause 400 years of segregation, we behind. But this time we gon' eat. Fuck these whack activists, trust me. We ain't marching, we ain't hurting our feet. Like Malcolm, we gon' get by any means. That's how we ride on our enemies. Fuck peace. What's up, y'all? Down the rabbit hole 4/5. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We got 7, 20, 30. I see you sent the request, bro. But before he come up here, I just want to say he knows the rabbit hole, okay? And he knows the rabbit hole audience. He knows we not easily fooled. And he said, I'm coming up there to tell y'all what's going on, okay? Everything I predicted done happened. And I'm not even going, I want to wait for people to come in the room, but it's already 100 people in the room. They'll catch the rest of the live later when I post it. If they not here already, I'm bringing him up, y'all. We not even going to wait. I want to hear what the hell he got to say because he come highly recommended. Shout out to everybody who bought a badge already. Purchase your badge below. You know what I'm saying? Show your support. Purchase your badge below. There you go.
What's up, man?
There you go.
Yeah, man. I'm honored, man. For real.
Hey, that's what's up, man. I'm honored to have you up here. I do want to start off by saying you come highly recommended. So it's like I want to know what he got to say because I'm somebody who on this platform we believe in the supernatural. You know what I'm saying? We believe in this type of information, type of stuff. So this is the platform to talk about it. But at the same time, on this platform, we're not easily fooled. So you know, you already know it's gonna be a tough ride, ride on this live.
It's been a tough ride since June. Yeah, it's been a tough ride since June. You know,
since June.
I was going to ask how you get away with this because TikTok just bans me and bans me and bans me. So, you know, here I ain't really had too much exposure with Instagram other than the people that follow me. So, you know, I like this. You know, I like this.
Yeah, TikTok keep banning you?
Yeah, every time I go live, I get banned.
Well, let me ask you this: on TikTok, what do you talk about? You talk about your predictions only, or do you go a little deeper?
I mean, they're not predictions, but I talk about my experience. You know, I talk about politics a little bit, which I try to stay away from, but it's so relevant in all of this. You know what I mean?
You think you could turn your mic up? They're saying it's hard to hear you. Is there any way you could turn it up?
I mean, it's all the way up. You want me to talk like into it like this? Is that better?
His sound isn't clear. They saying they can't really hear you like that. You sound like you're talking in water. We can't hear him properly. Change the mic settings. Yes, or the comments, they saying they can't hear you well.
Yeah, I don't know how to change them. Like I got everything turned up.
What are you on live on your computer or your phone?
On my phone.
Well, maybe you could take the mic off of your phone and just talk direct. I'm talking directly into the
Yeah,
phone.
yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah, we might hear you a little better.
Is that better, y'all?
Way better. There you go.
Okay, cool, cool. I was trying to be sophisticated, man. You know, have the mic and everything. It's all good though.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. So what you were saying? Back what you were saying about TikTok and getting banned and
Yeah, like every time I talk about my experience, I use the word vaccine or, you know, Biden or Harris or Trump. It seems like it's dead. They ban it right off the rip. So
so when we talk about that, so I kind of like use different words when we talk about the V. Just you say the V word or the jab or something. People we know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? We ain't
okay,
gotta,
okay,
but we could definitely say those names though. But
okay.
all right. So just to start off, let us know who you are, when, not where you're from, but when are you from,
Okay,
and
okay.
let's go down the rabbit hole. Let's go. Talk to
Well,
us.
well, look, everybody has named me Joe. Of course, I'm not going to come out with my name because I live in your timeline, and I try to keep my anonymity. So I'm part of a group of 7 people that were sent back from 2030. So we are here to change the narrative. Things in 2030 they're good for some, but bad for most. You know, very controlled society, very different. Everything started with COVID, or I'm sorry, everything started with C19, and you can draw a direct correlation to all the fundamental changes directly to that, you know. Um, so I've been trying to educate people since June of last year. I came on, I know the popular pick was the Cheeto Man. And I was one of the only ones saying, no, this it's not going to go down this way. You know, it's just not. I don't care how many stadiums are packed and how many rallies have tens of thousands of people. It's
You
just
talking
not going
about
to
the
go down.
presidential campaign? You
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
you not that you predicted, but you
I
knew that they.
said, yeah. I said that Biden would win. I also named his vice president before he picked anybody, before anybody was in the running. And, you know, not a lot of people knew Kamala Harris outside of California. So, you know, that's kind of what kickstarted all of this. And it's blossomed from there. You know, I've said things about um, the Cheeto Man getting C19. From that all the way to Tom Brady being in the Super Bowl, you know, Bitcoin, I predicted the price back in October for the beginning of this year, or predicted, you know, that's what people call it, prediction. So,
Well, yeah, I'm about to say that you more or less knew what it was going to be already.
yeah,
It's
I
not like you
knew,
predicted.
yeah, see, it's kind of hard because like I'm going off of memory. So, unless it's a major event, I don't remember like what happened February 28th, you know, 2024. If it's not a big day, you know, it's got to be an event that I can remember, you know. So
Well,
obviously I knew who the president was going to be. I knew who the vice president was going to be. I knew how the election would shape out. Now, listen, some things are different. You know, it's not a mirrored timeline 100%. There are things that are different. Um, George Floyd being one of those things didn't happen in my timeline, but it happened here. Or if it did happen, it didn't get the exposure, or possibly the individuals that recorded that tragic event weren't there in my timeline to record it, or, you know,
it's just
however the
basically
case may be.
it's not a big thing in your timeline. Basically, like you don't
Well, I don't want
recall
to
it.
say it's not a big thing because every time that happens, man, it's a big thing. But yeah, it didn't get hyped. You know, I can't say for sure it happened or it didn't, but not the media hype. You know, not everybody being aware of, like, you know, this tragic event and everything that followed. You know, not like that. So,
So let me ask you
but
a question.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Let me ask you a question. So, when you come from 2030, a timeline of 2030, are you do you come in the, like, do your whole physical come, or is it like your consciousness come
My
back
whole
into another
physical.
body? Your whole
Yeah,
physical?
my whole physical.
In a time machine? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just asking a question that I know they're gonna ask.
So,
In a time machine, like you came back?
well, yeah. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but so one major event that happens in 2030 is we get confirmation of life outside this planet. 100% contact confirmation that there is life outside this planet. And that is something that they gift to us because of where we are at that time. I mean, I know you guys see the start of it. I know you see things since last year, man. It just ain't right. It just ain't right. It actually goes all the way back to 2012 because I've been here since 2012. I've been living in this timeline since 2012. I'm established. I do my thing outside of the social media. I have a life. I'm in the community. But, there's a lot of things going on. And I know people feel it, even the ones that, I hate to use the term woke because everyone says that term, and I don't think it's a good term to use. But even the people that aren't woke, they feel it. You can feel it. Something ain't right. I'm trying to bring that to the surface. I'm trying to get people to realize, like, yes, X, Y, and Z don't make sense. No matter how it's presented to you, you could package it up real nice, whatever. It don't make sense.
So, all right, come up, Dave. Dave, come on. That's my co-host, Dave. He co-hosts with us. He gonna come up here also. Wait for him to come up. All right. Let me
Can I
ask you a
smoke
question.
on here? I'm good to smoke, or they
Do your
don't they
thing.
don't
Hell
do
yeah.
it.
Do
Okay.
what you do. Do what you do. Let me ask you another question. So the other, you said it's 7 of y'all, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you know the other 7, or y'all don't know each other?
I don't know them all. The experiment was meant to be individualized, so we couldn't get together and coerce to do something different. But through TikTok, because that's where it all started, was TikTok. And I'll even tell you the story of how it started. But through TikTok, I've met some of the other members, and they range from average people to high government in other countries. So not all of them, but some.
So you can't, you come back to you guys come back to shift the consciousness, is it, so to speak, or is it you come back because in 2030 obviously it's messed up? So like,
Right.
give me a specific details of what are you guys mission really to do here? Like, is it to stop the jabs? Is that's what caused it to be all messed up? Is it like, what is the overall mission?
So we each have an objective. That objective is individual to the person. I've never stated my objective. I won't state my objective. I've said it's a single act. So I got a single act that I must do when it's my time. But yeah, it's to change the overall. Because listen, man, it all boils down to C19. It starts there. It's been planned. It's been executed and carried out with precision. Like, these guys, there's no flaws. Like, it's top notch. I'm talking top level individuals, and not your, so since we're like using codes or whatever, not your Illuminati type people that you have been programmed into your mind. I mean, these are bloodlines that go way back. I'm talking Sumerian back. They run shit. I mean, they do. They pull all the. My headphones just died. Let me grab my other headphone, okay? Unless you
All
can
right.
hear me good. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we hear you. If you, as long
Cool.
as you can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you. So these bloodlines go back, like all the way to the Sumerians. So, I mean, we're talking thousands of years that they've been in control of everything.
Well, I think another question that a lot of people probably got in their brain, what I got right now, was why 2012, and do you remember what day 2012 you came back?
I don't know why 2012. Okay.
You remember what day you came back, 2012?
I do, but it holds no significance. Like we've theorized, I've talked to people that, you know, from astrologists to physicists, something to do with some kind of cycle, like not a solar cycle, like a star cycle. That's the only thing that I can come up with as why that date. I didn't select the date. I know the other members of the seven that I've spoken to, they didn't select the date. It's just when we arrived. So
Oh yeah, y'all all came
it
back the same
holds,
day though.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's
All right.
confirmed with three other individuals. So there's no significance, and I don't really know why. And like I've said, like my first couple years here were weird, man. I just every day constantly waiting because I was under the understanding this was going to be like I'm here, I carry it out, and that's it, you know. But it's slowly progressed year after year to where I don't want to say I'm complacent, but I don't know when this is going to happen, but I know it's begun. You know, I know the shitstorm has begun. So I'm much closer, obviously, than I was in 2012. So I don't know what the day is. I just know I'll be given my signal, my go, and I'll carry out my objective.
Dave,
Let what's going on, guy?
what's
If I
good,
But
may,
Dave?
but listen, we are of like mind. Like I've watched your guys' stuff. We are of like mind. You know, um, I know somebody said something that I'm promoting the jab, or whatever. I'm not. You know, I've just always kept it real. Like I don't know of any instance where that's like, you know, there's been so much shit out there, nanobots, this and all this. I don't know of any instance where it's affected somebody in the way that they are putting this out there, you know, like nanobots and taking your spirit, like your spiritual side and all that. So I've only kept it real, but I've always maintained I didn't get it and I'm not going to get it. You know what I mean? So I don't want people like I don't want to start off on the wrong foot because I had heard that somebody had told you guys that I was promoting that. I never would promote it. You know what I mean? I just did a
No, nobody
YouTube
never
video.
told. I never. Nobody
Okay.
said you was
Okay, I just want
promoting.
to make
so
sure. I just want to make sure.
let me ask. Let me. How you doing, sir?
Hey, what's up, man?
Nice to meet you. So what I want to ask is, well, first I'm just gonna throw in 2012. From what I understand, for 2012, you said something about star. The significance of 2012 is that there was 100,000 indigo starseed. There were starseed children that were infused, incarnated souls that came into this life to do a mission, to do a work. 100,000
Okay.
of them. Out of the
Okay.
100,000, at least 85% of them already fell into the victimizer programming of being manipulated and doing stupid shit that they didn't need to do, and they went left field. The rest, what they doing, I don't know. So now going back to you, you saying that you came from 2030, correct? Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how old are you when you in 2030? What was your age at
I
2030?
was I was 32 in 2030.
So you was 32, and you
Yeah.
was exactly the way you look or who you are, or we talking about a transference of consciousness?
No, yeah, I came back in the physical. So
So,
I
so you
yeah,
was
this is an
32
astral
looking
plane.
the way you look now. I mean, who you are now at 32 in 2030 in the future, and somehow. So let's just start from there, so we could have some clarity for the people. So, what happened at 2030 that all of a sudden was you had a conversation? Did you speak with some people, or was it you woke up one day and realized you looked at a newspaper? You was like, "Holy shit, it's
No, no, no,
2012."
no. It's nothing
Yeah.
like that. Like I
Okay.
was telling your co-host here. So in 2030, you get confirmation that there's life outside this planet. Like they arrive, there's contact made. I
So full
was
disclosure, you're getting
yeah,
full disclosure 2030.
there's no way, hey, look, there's no way to not disclose. I mean,
Right.
they arrive, you see the shit, it's there. You
But you
know,
know we're getting that now. You know they're gonna supposedly do it in 180 days in July
yeah,
4th, Independence Day, supposedly. We're
yeah,
getting the
it's not
disclosure.
right. Yeah. I'm talking I'm stating facts. So you get full disclosure, like you say. Like there's no way around it. They arrive, everybody sees it, you know. So
Okay.
I was taken from where I was. I was in a community. Things are a lot different, man. They're way more controlled. We're talking one government, you know, one currency. Um,
Is it
so I live.
crypto? Is it cryptocurrency? What
Well,
currency is it?
it's a digital currency. It's not really cryptocurrency. So none of the Bitcoin or anything that you see today, at some point, that's going to be outlawed, so to speak. So it's going to be a way for people to trade money that don't want to deal with government digital currency. So it's going to be banned, if you will.
But let me
But
ask you
it,
this though. Do you remember being so you was in 2030 at 32, but
yeah,
now when you're 23, you're in the year that we are in now,
yeah,
2021.
yeah.
So do you remember fully what was going on in
Yeah,
2021 leading
I
to?
had a whole different life. You know what I mean? A whole different life. So I wasn't here in this state. I grew up in another state. So I decided to be here strategically. I'm here because my objective is close by. So yeah, I remember that. That's how I'm able to tell people this. All right, because you know, now they know, you know, hey, this is going to happen. Then it happens. Hey, this is going to happen. You know, I'm not blowing smoke and I'm not wrong. You know, it's all, I always draw it back to like, look, man, I told you guys, you know, I hate to be the
Is
one to say it, but I told
does
you, I
Trump
don't
does
ever
Trump
want to be
become
that.
president? Does Trump become president again or no?
No, not Donald Trump. His daughter does become president, but not Donald Trump.
What year his daughter? 2024?
2024. Yeah, this is a one-term deal right here. And I've done stated, and you know, we'll talk in at the end of the year. Joe Biden won't make it through the year. September, that's it. Steps down due to health reasons. That's what you're led to believe. He steps down. This was never about him. You know what I mean? This was always about Kamala Harris, and you know, I'm not trying to call her out because I don't think she really fully understands, you know, that this is, they found the window on the left. They could have easily found it on the right, but they found their window on the left, this real extreme agenda that's being pushed. And I know people don't see it right now, but it's coming. You know, I told people last year, hey, look, they're going to come in school and they're going to jab your kids. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, no, no, no. It's already started, man. It started today with them releasing, you know, hey, this Pfizer, I don't know what else to say other than Pfizer. It's 100% effective in adolescents, you know, because now they've done open the door. So it's going to be a little lax because we're all in like this hangover state from 2020. All right. Through the spring, you're still going to hear, you know, other countries having surges and outbreaks. Those keywords still going to be relevant. Come fall, they're going to be in the schools and they're going to be doing that to your kids. Now, believe it or not, I have not been wrong for an entire year. And I know I got some people in here that have rocked with me since the beginning, and they'll say the same thing. I haven't been wrong for an entire year. I'm telling you guys based on facts, based on memory, you know, they're going to be in there.
Now, in 2030, you from that point you didn't get from when it started in 2020 when you was in 2030. You did not get no jab. You didn't get no vax
Nope,
that whole
nope,
time, and it wasn't forced on you. You didn't have no problems where you
no,
was
no.
at. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So look, the passport is not going to work. All right. I even stated this. Um, this Vax card, this Vax passport, it's going to be easily, uh, what is the word I'm looking for? Duped or fraudulent, you know. And they're going to try and figure out a way to make this more secure because people are going to say they got it, they really didn't get it, you know. And they're pushing this. This is the catalyst for everything. C19 is the foundation which all of this is built on. So that's when the chip comes in. It's called digital identifier. You know, you're going to see public service commercials and shit on the internet and on your phone. Did you get your digital identifier? And that is the chip. You know, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of religious people don't want to hear that. You see the cross around my neck. You know, I grew up Catholic. But that's facts, man. That's facts. It's going to be in your body. It's going to morph. It's going to be like your social. Your social was never intended for all the shit it's intended for today. You know, it was intended just for your retirement. Now it's your background, your credit, it's morphed into much more. This chip is supposed to be a binary yes or no. Have you gotten your vaccination? Have you not? Quickly going to be your digital self. Everywhere you go, you're going to scan your wrist. Everywhere you go, boop, 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 everywhere.
I got a 2-part question. So
Okay.
in 20, and it's a 2-part. I'm gonna ask the first part, and let me ask the second one. So according to 2030 and to you and the timeline, the reason why you had to come back, this digital ID and these jabs is bad, right? And also the other part of the question is, no, just answer that part first. Now I want to see now.
Okay, so yeah, it's the did is all about control. Like it's the ultimate invasion, man. It's in your body. Like I always tell people, we all got vices, you know. I smoke, you know, some people drink, whatever. They're going to have this to where it reports back your biometric data. They're going to know what you put in your body. They're going to know where you are, you know. As far as it like programming you to not believe certain things and believe certain things, that's not the case. But it's the ultimate invasion of privacy. Now, as far as the jab, like I was saying, I've never been an advocate for it. I've always maintained that I don't have it, never got it. And I caught COVID this time around. I didn't get sick the first time around. I caught it this time around. I can
What do you
tell
mean the
you,
first time around? When you was originally in
yeah,
2021, 2020?
my life, my timeline, because they're not the same. So, and dude, I've went through all of this shit with, like I said, physicist, a theoretical physicist from Ohio State. You know, we talked about this, every action having all these possible outcomes, and is the timeline mirrored or is it the same timeline and it's just repeating? Like I've done all this research over the years. But I didn't catch it the first time. I caught it this time. And I did get sick. So as far as it being a virus, yeah, it's a virus. It's a little different than anything I've ever had. So yeah, I believe it was made in a laboratory. Does it ever come out? I know they got these people on the ground right now in Wuhan trying to figure out whether this escaped from the lab, this or that. They never pinpoint it directly on the lab, but it is pinpointed on the region, that it came from the region. And, you know, that's all tied into this debt relief. And man, I've went extensively I've been doing this a year. So, I mean, I can't fit it all into, you know, an hour live or whatever, but before they totally knocked out my account, man, I had hundreds of videos where I talked about this, you know, each one trying to get a little more in depth, picking up from the last, you know. That account's gone. They made sure of that. And it had to do with politics, and I try to stay away from politics, but like I said, man, it's all relevant. All of it plays into the big picture. So you can't just take that piece out and still try to tell this story, because it's not going to make much sense without that piece. You know what I mean? But I'm rambling. So
how does the population look in 2030? Does the population from now to 2030 decrease a lot, or does it?
Yes, yeah? A third. Yeah, a third. And I liken it to different phases. You know, the first phase we're living right now. The second phase is coming. All right. Probably I'd say, if I was to put it, because I say I liken it, it's not like something that is official. Just the way I break it down I'd say 11 months from now, phase 2, which is much more violent than this phase. This phase is more like, I don't know, man. Those numbers are inflated. We all know that. We all know the numbers aren't right. But the next phase, the loss of life, is much bigger. And it's due to people, one another just acting a fool. I don't know how else to put it, man.
Like
Um,
zombies?
no zombies, no shit like that. I mean, like what you saw in Oregon, Seattle, like
Yeah, to
that,
me,
but
to
on
me
a
that's
much
that,
bigger
to me
scale.
that's yeah, to me that's like zombies when you acting a goddamn fool or
Okay,
whatever.
yeah,
So
okay, then yeah,
so
zombie.
let me that they to you, or how did you
We
get
getting
to
zapped. We getting
2030? Like
zapped.
how did you manifest into
So look, we've people ask that all the time. I carry no significance. I was an average, that's why, you know what I mean? I don't know what the significance is still to this day. I've tried to search, I've tried to seek it out. I don't have an answer for that. The only thing I can say is that I kept my morality during all of this global,
Wow.
that global oneness. Because a lot of shit is, I,
It's keep.
I don't
Hold
know
on,
how to
y'all.
articulate it.
I'm gonna bring y'all back up. I'm gonna bring y'all back up.
Okay, okay.
we good now? I see you. I mean,
See, look, hey, listen. I'm not lying, man. Every time I'm on live, this shit happens, dude. I was doing that
Yo,
radio
and
show.
it's telling me that I can't remove y'all either. I try to remove y'all. It came up and said couldn't remove it. This is crazy.
Listen,
This is
last
crazy
last
right here.
Thursday. Hey, look, last Thursday, I'm doing the radio show with the guy. You can watch it on. It's recorded. He does it an internet feed. They shut the whole city's power off. So then he calls me and he's like, "Hey, look, man, I don't know what the hell happened, but that was like right on cue because we were talking about." I recorded this black SUV outside my house several days in a row. And then I had some guy, I have 90 acres back here. I had some guy on the tree line that I just caught a glimpse of, maybe a binocular or something, something, glass. And I flanked around the other tree line and caught him and he took off. So we were just talking about that and they shut it down. Every one of my lives does the same thing. And
what
there's
what's it?
people in here to vouch for that, man. And
Well,
I don't feel like I need to prove anything. I want you guys to know, like, I'm not blowing smoke. I'm not here to sway people the wrong way or anything like that. Like, this
Let me
is
ask you a
this is
question
legit. Yeah,
before we get cut off. Let me ask you a question.
yeah,
Who the other seven? Do they want to remain anonymous? Are they doing the
yes.
same work you doing?
I had one pretty much convinced to do a live with me at the beginning of the year. That didn't work out. I have a counterpart in Russia that totally is against this, man. He hates it. He doesn't want shit to do with it. Um, and I'll just be honest, because I met him in Buffalo. We were able to get him in the States because back then, C-19 was a big deal. It's hard to travel back and forth. But like I told you, man, there's some of these members of the seven that are higher up in government. He is one of those individuals, and that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to put nothing else on him or that. But got him in Buffalo, and he said that he said to my face, like, they don't deserve it. Like, you're giving them a window, you're giving them insight. We didn't have a window, we didn't have insight, and there was a reason that we were supposed to remain anonymous during this whole experiment. It was supposed to be remain anonymous. I'm just built different, man. I can't sit back and know that all this shit is going to go down and not tell somebody, not inform them. You should have the right to choose whether your children get the jab or not. Not them come home with a fucking piece of paper and say, hey, look, teacher told me to give you this. By the way, I got a shot. Like, you should be in control of all of that. You know what I mean?
So this is a good question somebody asked. Were you sent back by the government or a private agency?
The government and
The government.
and the beans. So both. Like, so I'll tell the story real quick. I was taken from where I was, man. I was comfortable. I finally, after 8-9 months of, you know, just I guess living on my own, trying to stay away from all of that, not be a part of all that. I was taken from a place that I was very comfortable by government officials. I did not think I was going to make it out of there. So if I chose not to do this, EOL, all the way. End of life, done. So I really didn't think I had a choice, but to be honest with you, I knew I was going to do it when it was presented upon me. Hell yeah, I'm going to do that. You mean I can go back and I can sleep in a bed and, you know what I mean? I could go back to where times were, I guess, good. I guess you could say good. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
so
take it all
that
day.
messed up? Is that messed up? But you couldn't.
If you don't adhere, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. If you're labeled a dissident, you don't get the jab, you don't want to deal with the did, and you don't want to mess with the one currency, the one government, and like live that life, then absolutely it's bad. Absolutely. So that's what I've been trying to do, is prepare the people that already know that they're not gonna rock that way. There's no way they're gonna do that, you know? So I've been trying to help them.
Why you?
Why did I get sent back, or why am I doing this?
No, why you, like, why was you chosen?
I don't know, man.
Dude,
Like I said earlier,
okay.
I really don't know. Like I've tried to beat that question into the ground, you know, because I owned a business. There's not a lot that I can say that I was like fantastic at, or, I wasn't brainiac smart. I don't know. The only thing I can say is, like, through all that shit, I kept my morality. I did. They're for the fringe, for the people that don't adhere, man, it's kind of like the Walking Dead take away the zombies. Like, people are trying to take your shit all the time. Like, you need to be on your P's and Q's all the time.
Do we have
So,
guns or no?
yes, yes, absolutely.
Do they take the guns? Or
They
we keep the
do.
guns?
They are no. They are coming for the guns, bro. They are. It's already begun. I even said that there'd be mass shooting this year that would spark all of this stuff. All of it. So what happened in Colorado isn't what I'm referring to. There's another one in the Midwest that's going to happen, but that it plays a part. It piggybacks off of that to where it's finally like, all right, this is it. The assault weapons are gone. That's number one, all the way down to the buyback program that they're going to have. So just to give you guys some quick on what's going to happen this year, Biden is done. He's going to step down. And I know you guys already see it, man. Struggling to walk up the stairs. Like, he's done at the end of this year. So I get the question a lot, who is going to be the vice president? You guys know. It's going to be a woman cabinet. You already know. So I'll just leave it at that. The mass shooting that sparks this huge push for all the assault weapons, the AR type weapons, it's in full effect. Like, they're not going to be banned or whatever. They're going to be illegal. Like, if you own them, that's a federal charge. There's a financial collapse on the horizon. I know people don't think that right now because everything on the surface looks good, but trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars later, your money has no value. That is strictly to usher in the one currency, the digital currency. You're going to see China's already started taking the lead. and you're going to see everybody follow suit with a digital currency that'll ultimately be the WONE, the one currency. So that's all this year. And we'll revisit this. As this shit happens, please have me back on and we'll revisit it.
Oh no, I'm gonna definitely keep bringing you back. But
Okay.
give me something, because everything you just mentioned is stuff that we kind of expect and we already talk about down the rabbit hole. Give me something that's gonna be like that. We'll be like, whoa.
Well, I want to know, how did they send you back? You know, so they picked you. You was a
So,
regular guy, and they say, "Hey, guy, you come here. We got a machine, or we got a portal. We're gonna throw you in this portal. You're gonna go back to 2012." What was the reasons they told you? Like, they didn't tell you
so
nothing. They just said, "Go back and figure it
no,
out,
no,
and
no,
you might
no,
get
no.
COVID."
So I was given my objective, all right, which I know what that is.
Okay.
I haven't shared that. I'm not going to share it.
Okay.
I think that would destroy the whole thing, at least for me. And I was told what the goal is, the ultimate agenda of all this experiment, what it is. And I got into a machine. Like I said, I know it sounds crazy, like Back to the Future or all that shit, but it's like
Now,
a
no, it sounds crazy for us.
but
It's some.
listen, this thing was alive, man. It smelled like dirt, all right? And I likened it to a coffin. I mean, it wasn't much bigger than a coffin, you know. And this thing was alive. The whole trip took like 8 minutes. In that 8 minutes, I mean, my body went through it. So I don't believe it was ever designed for our genetic makeup. I don't believe that. I still have issues today from that. So um, it took me hours to even get up, you know. I even revisited the site. There's still a big ass hole in the ground. All these years later, still a big ass hole, like a divot. All the land is flat. There's this big ass hole. Like I've tried to walk people through all of this from start to finish, because I feel like I owe it. If I'm gonna put this on everybody and tell them all this bad, heinous shit that's going to go down, then at least I can do is A, be there for them, which I am. I make sure that the people that have rocked with me from day one, like we have a Discord. I'm on there every night. I make myself available because people get scared. They don't want to hear this, which is mostly why all my shit's banned and all that. But you want me to give you something this year or just something?
Just something, period. It don't gotta even be this year.
All right, this is perfect. The Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl this year. Ain't nobody gonna guess that. Ain't nobody gonna guess that.
The Cleveland Browns
You
win the
think
Super
that's
Bowl.
fair? You think
That's
that's
fair.
fair? That's
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 fair.
fair.
fair. That's fair.
Okay.
If the Cleveland Browns
Because
win the Super Bowl, that's fair for everybody.
hey, look, mark my words. And I'm in Ohio, not because of any of that, but the only reason I say that is because I'm in Ohio. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to give you something that ain't nobody gonna predict. Definitely not the Cleveland Browns. They've never been to a Super Bowl. They win it this year. So there you go.
All right, so
Now,
let me
go
Somebody
ahead. Go
asked
ahead.
me the same thing last year, and I said, Tom, like they were asking me who's going to play Kansas City in the Super Bowl, and this was like when the Buccaneers were trash, and I said I'd be betting on Tom Brady, and we did the whole thing where he had to bet a bunch of money, and I got 80%, and of course the guy disappeared, but I did it for a reason. I wanted to show everybody that when people are asking for stuff for personal gain, it's just for them. It's not for everyone. This stuff that I do is for everyone. Everybody benefit. No, not just one person, not just one group. We're all the same, and we need to stick together now more than ever, man, because I'm telling you, heinous shit is coming. I don't know
let me
how
let me
else to
let me
go ahead.
interject. I got a question. I'm sorry. I don't like to forget it when I got a question. So in conjunction with these beings that they helped bring you back with the government, these
Yeah.
beings, right? Why don't these beings interfere and just stop the evil from happening? Because all the other malevolent people that's doing this, other beings, bad beings too?
Yeah.
Is can you
So
get into that?
so I don't know. So my interaction with them was um like, man, we had a conversation. I never spoke a word. I couldn't speak a word. I didn't get much from them, but I got a whole lot from them. It's hard to explain, man. Um, I've talked about it before to the point where I break down. Like it's like one of the most violating, beautiful things I've ever had happen to me. So I don't know. I don't know the answer is what I'm getting at. Like the conversation that we had, or I should say that they had. I didn't get to ask a lot of questions, man. You know, I got from them that we're different. You know, they have a vested interest in not only this planet but us. Like they don't have a soul, or I don't know how to explain it, man. That they're missing something that we
How do
have.
they look? Do they look like us? Do they look
A
like us?
little, yeah, yeah. They're a lot taller. Okay, their skin is a little, not much pigment. You know, they're built a little funny, you know. They're built, they don't have the stature that we have. But yeah, I liken them to us. Yeah, for sure. Head, arms, legs, for sure. But they resemble us, but they don't look like us. If you follow what I'm saying, you know. Um, and they're you know that they're superior. Like that thing that I had, man, I just knew that you know, I was this big in the grand scheme of everything. It's just, it's hard to explain. You know,
Was they did what was their skin
maybe,
color?
like I said, it didn't have much pigment. You know, I don't
Oh,
want to say
okay.
it was clear, but it didn't have much pigment at all. You know, almost like a shit. I don't, I've never been able to put like a word on it, you know, because I've been asked that a lot. I've been asked all this a lot. So,
So all right, so I think we got a lot. I mean, are you willing to take some more questions from people out there?
hey, look, I'll answer whatever. You see all these people that have been here since the beginning, man. These are not crazy people. Like these are normal, everyday people. Hayden, Mallory, Sabina, you know, like these aren't crazy people. So they've been here since day one. They've been on this journey with me, and I've had a lot happen during since June. We all have, but I mean, just in regards to this right here. So yeah, I'll take whatever question.
I
Unless
don't.
it's,
For
hold
some
on.
reason,
Unless it's like lottery, or I'm not doing that. I don't do
you
that.
see, there's
No,
a
no,
lot
but
of questions out there like that.
let me ask this, Chief. So now when you came back and they brought you back, what happened to your family or anybody? Was you able to see anybody in your family when you came back? Was you able to run into
No, no,
them?
no, no. My family's here. I used to wear a mask in all my videos to protect them, not really myself. The worst possible scenario would have been interacting with my family, because the me in your timeline disappeared in 2012. So like I said, I've talked to physicists, I've talked to, you know, just a plethora of people, and what they come up with is always the same. I don't think you can exist in a timeline twice. So all the shit you see on movies, like they glamorize this, it's not like that, you know. So my worst case scenario, because I did the first month I was here, I sought out my family. I kept my distance. I still keep my eye on my father, you know, make sure he's okay. But the worst case scenario happened just a few weeks ago. I had a cousin on on Instagram. I had done one of these with somebody else, and he just happened to follow that somebody else and put the shit together. And we've been speaking every day since. So But no, I haven't had, other than that, I haven't had interaction with my family. No.
So what I'm saying is, so in 2030, it would be like you died there, you disappeared. Nobody knows where you're at. You
I,
died. Your
I don't, I
family.
don't, I don't know in 2030. You know what I mean? Because from the day I left on, I have no idea.
Right. So now
But
you're
I can
back
tell you
here.
here, when
But
I
why
came
wouldn't you be
back
able
in
to see your
2012,
family here?
what's that?
Why wouldn't you be able to see your family here? Because that means that in 2030, it's true. You left there, so you wouldn't know. But now you're back here, so there has to be the younger version of you will be here at
The younger
2012. And
version of me is not here. I have not been able to find myself. Man, those are the first things that I did in
I understand.
2012. I wanted to find my family and I wanted to find myself. You know, come on, like if you could talk to your younger self, what, like, my God, what the
For sure.
conversations you would have. Hey,
But I mean,
dumbass,
if
don't
you
do this, this, and this. You know, but I
if you're
couldn't
watching your
find.
family, though, but what I'm saying, if you check up on your moms, you check up on your father, like you say, you don't think eventually, because you will be 21 years old basically in 2000 in 2021, you will be actually
22.
21, 22 years old.
Yeah.
So at 21, 22, you know, wouldn't you still have, you will remember from 2030, you could go back and remember you had a good relationship with your family. Why wouldn't you
Yeah.
go visit your father, visit your mother to see them?
Because listen, because I show up older. I show up looking different. So I kept my distance, and like I said, from that day on, that version of me. So the first thing my cousin said was, "Where the hell you been? You know, where the hell you been?" All right, look, man, I gotta tell you some things. I know you're not gonna understand. One thing I did remember was that he was an avid golfer, played golf in high school, loved it. You know, Tiger Woods was his guy. So that's how I was able to tell him. I said, look, man, after next week, Tiger Woods will never play golf again. And I left it at that. I didn't get into details. I just left it at that, you know, and we've been having conversations just about every day since. Still, I don't know if he believes me or not, but you can't show up older, you know, because I obviously
Right.
look older, you know. So I just kept my distance, but I made sure that my mom was okay, my aunts were okay, my dad was okay, you know. I made sure that they were fine. But yeah, I didn't speak to my family up until recent, like very, very recent. Like this just transpired a few weeks ago.
No, but what I'm asking here, okay, let's, I want to be clear here on what I'm sharing.
Okay.
What I'm expressing, I'm fine that you didn't, I understand why you wouldn't see your family because you're an older version of you and that will freak them the fuck out. You know,
Yeah.
who's this older version? It is my son. But what I'm saying, playing your distance from your family, when you're watching your father to make sure he's okay, you're watching your mother and you're checking in from a distance, at no time the 22-year-old you doesn't show up. So there's no way to
At
find out from
no
your cousin to find
at
out if you
no
died
at
at
no
22
time.
years old.
Yeah, no. So yeah, just never came home. Never came home one day.
So you're
And they
missing. You
thought
ran away.
that that's what they thought. They thought I just said fuck it and left. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I've went through this on the radio show. Is there a missing persons? Was I ever declared dead? Which I wasn't. You know, I went through all this. Um, yeah, you know, never showed up. So that's what I'm saying. Like I've asked and I've worked with people that I probably don't believe the whole thing, but you know, are kind of freaked out, like how I can know this, and this. Um, and they've said the only thing that they can come up with is like you can't exist in a timeline in two forms. Like the
So you
matter is assigned to you. Like theory after theory, man. I've been doing this for almost a decade. So I
so
mean,
you're here as you're here as yourself, like your own your you're here as yourself, right?
yes,
He will be
yes,
42 now.
No, but
yes,
meaning though, like you're still you're yeah, like you're social and everything. So like it can't be a missing person report because you're here as yourself.
right. Right. That's what I was telling the guy from the radio, because like we had this conversation. He's been trying to pick this apart since day one, and we've been talking months, you know, and he says like, look, man, either you're a really good liar or you're the real deal. I still don't know which, but every which way he's tried to pick this apart. I mean, I'm just being honest. I can't do anything but be honest. So yeah, I'm here under the same social. You know, for the longest time, I ain't worked because I was set up nicely when I came back. So the way I understood it, we're not the first ones to come back. There were 4 before us to set this up. That's the way I understood it. Only recently have I, you know, got credit and bought a business and done shit like that. So yeah, I'm here as myself. Like my name, my medical is a little hard, you know, because if a doctor is looking at you, they kind of can tell you're 10 years older than what you say. So that's been a little difficult. But other than that, you know, I've been able to just guide through and not really have too much interaction with the birth date not matching. I'm sorry, the birth year not matching. You know what I mean?
Now, how have you been feeling? So now that you're back, technically you will be now 42, right?
Yes.
Because you was 32 when now you've been here a decade. You will be 42 years old right now.
42 every day, brother. Every day. I feel it every day.
You feel 42?
Yeah. Like I was telling him before you came on, like that trip here, man, it took a toll. I don't think that was ever built for our genetic makeup to get in that, you know, because at 42, there are days where I feel 62 physically, and I'm an active person, you know, I'm not a slouch. I don't sit around. I do I do the same routine every day. So, yeah, physically, it took a toll for sure.
So so these beings or entities that converse with you to some degree and gave you some type of information, are they saying that when the time is right, they're going to insert some type of voice technology in your mind for you to know that it's time to make this move at this certain location, the certain time to do the certain action that might help alter the timeline for 2030, which
So,
will be
like,
the purpose of you coming back?
well, like I have these, they're not dreams, man, because I'm very self-aware, but I have these moments where, yes, I have like been in contact with them. So yeah, I'll be given my go to do my objective, just like the other 6. We'll be contacted. I don't know about like voice in the head or whatever. It's like a dream, but it's not a dream. I really have a hard time explaining it. It's like being in this void. There's nothing else there. It's just you, and you're being force fed just information, and you can't stop it. You know, I can't move. Somebody was like sleep paralysis. I don't think it's anything like that because I'm getting information. Like I know when somebody's up to no good in this community that I've built or that we've built. I know when someone's up to no good because they're telling me, you know. But yeah, they'll say, "Hey, man, it's your time. It's your time." I know my objective. I train for it every day. Like I know where it is, what it is, and what I need to do. So yeah,
So
I'll be giving.
why put yourself out there for them to be able to stop you? Because
Yeah,
if they sent
that's
you
why
back,
I've never. Yeah, that's
yeah,
why I've never stated it. I've never once said what my objective is.
yeah,
I only.
but they know, if you got sent back, somebody know what your objective is on the opposite side. So like, why put yourself
Well,
out there? Why are you putting yourself out there? Why not just complete your objective?
because man, I can't sit by and just let this shit happen, and people just be blind going into this. Like
But
when I
let
had
what happen? What are you talking about happening? Let what happen?
all of this, Like, everybody's paying attention to what's going on, man. This is a
Yeah,
big
but
agenda.
when you say let happen, it's happening. So how are you stopping it? It's
I'm
happening.
trying to inform people. Like, I have my objective. I see the bigger picture. Having been here this whole time, I see what my objective is. I see why it plays such a role. I have that, and when it's my time, I'm going to do it. But I wish somebody would have been able to guide me through this shit, because the first time I walked around like a young dumbass thinking everything was okay when it's just not okay, man. It's just not okay. And it's
Nah.
front and center, and people aren't putting it together. I don't know if it's just like mental fatigue from all the shit last year or whatever, but people just are not seeing it. So why put myself out there? Because I feel obligated. You know what I mean? Here's how it started, man. We get in quarantine, and I'm sitting in the bathroom, and I'm like watching TikTok. Everybody's talking about TikTok. I downloaded, I'm watching it. And the first, like it, I don't believe in coincidence. I don't think there's no coincidence. I think everything has a reason, has a purpose. This guy pops up on my phone. The first video, man, the first video, 2028, man. And he's saying he's a time traveler. Now, you know, I'm here as a group of time travelers, so I'm intrigued right off the rip. And I watch him for a few days, and I'm like, yeah, this guy's a clown. Like, he's making a joke of this. Like, he don't even realize that there's really people here that aren't from here. So I sat on it for a few weeks, and I decided, like, look, man, I'm going to come out. I'm not going to give, like, things would that people could stop, you know, because that's not my place. I think there are fixed moments in time that even if you tried to stop, they still would happen. But I'm gonna at least guide people through this. At least say, hey, look, you need to expect X, Y, and Z. It's about to happen. You know, nothing specific to where somebody would be hurt, because that's not my place, man. It's not my place. But as
So
far as the political climate, the C19, the jab, all of that, yeah, I'm going to give them that information. I don't think it does anything to my objective. Has nothing to do with it. It's just
you
informing
did see
people.
on TikTok, I seen the video. People keep sending me this video of this guy claimed to be a time traveler. Now, this is now. I don't know if you've seen it. And he's walking around with footage, and everywhere he's got the footage is like empty. So he's saying like this, and he's claiming 2030 too. This is what's crazy,
Okay,
and it's all empty. But to me, it just looked like he going outside in the morning, and where everybody knows it's fucking empty in the morning. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Did
right.
you see that? Did you see that or not?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's going around right now. I got that in the last like 2-3 days straight. People keep sending me that. You know what I mean? I actually thought that was you, but then when I look, I like that's not him. You know what I
No.
mean? But yeah.
Yeah, I
So
haven't seen it, but hey, look, man, there's a lot of people out there that make
and
this a
he got like a
joke.
million followers. He got like a million followers on TikTok.
See, that's the thing, man. They shadow banned me. They banned my accounts. They banned my lives. You see how the little hiccup happened? Every live, bro. Follow the account, and every time I go live, check it out. Every time. And I could be sitting in a Starbucks in the middle of the city with a T1 line, and the shit happens like consistently. You know, that's them. That's them trying to prevent this.
Can I
Them
ask you a
as
question?
in the
Do
fucking
you
government, you
do
know,
you
because
know
they,
anything? Do you know anything about a tsunami hitting anywhere in the United States, whether it be California, New York, Florida, or
no,
anywhere, any tsunami?
no, no. People has been asking me about
Okay.
um like natural disasters.
None of that shit
Nothing,
happens in 2030.
no.
No, that's
All the
fine. It
way
could happen
through
in
till,
2031.
I mean, it could happen
Yeah.
in 2031, but I wouldn't
Right.
know because I'm here,
Yeah.
you know. But
Of course. Of course.
I've done, like, there are some things that I don't mind like giving that information out. Other things, like, I don't see the relevance, you know. Someone messaged me and said, "Hey man, why didn't you stop what happened in Colorado?" Listen, I'm not here for that. I know that sounds horrible, but I'm not here for that. And
I
just
understand
think
that.
it's plausible deniability, because if I come out and I say, "Hey, this is about to happen and it happens, they got every reason to arrest me. You know, I went up north to verify because all this shit was going on about troops outside adversaries being at the border and this and that. I did that, and I had a visit from the Secret Service. I had to obtain a lawyer. Like, I've learned to be very specific about what I put out there, because any reason they're going to pounce.
Okay,
You
but
know,
let me stop you there real quick. So if I understand what you're saying, and so when this happened before, now that you brought up the Secret Service that had a visit, like the
okay,
Secret Service is very intelligent people, you know, by the
yes,
standards of most, and
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did a background check on you when they had to come confront you. At
Okay.
what point they didn't realize that you were 10 years older and that there was a loop, there was some
Hey,
missing,
listen,
you know.
the TikTok stuff was never brought up as far as the time traveler aspect. Um, they were focused on the political climate, everything that's going on. You know, nobody said a word, and I stated it on my lives. Nobody said a word to me about the time traveler stuff. So, do I think that they believe it or they don't believe it? I don't really know, because we didn't have
Right.
that interaction. We had, causing hysteria, sneaking in, taking videos of another country, because the borders basically shut down at that point. Like, you can't go through, and I get through. You know, they were more worried about me being tied to different groups. Like, I don't want to put them out there, but like an insurrectionist or some shit like that, than anything else, which I don't have any affiliation with none of that. You know, I'm just trying to show people that there is more than what's being put out there. At that point, all these people trying to hype all this up and divide us even more, when that's what they want, man. That's why all of this is falling the way it is, to keep you over here and me over there and us to never speak or to hate one another. I had an agenda when I did that, but the whole time traveler part never came up. It wasn't even open for discussion. My attorney, he said, dumb shit. Like, you're doing dumb shit, man. Like, I don't understand why you would do that and why you would video it and why you would post it out there. You're just asking to get in trouble. No one ever said, like, hey, man, you're 10 years younger. You know what I mean? I don't know if I look 42. I don't know, you know.
You don't look 40.
Um,
You don't look 42. But let me ask you a question: Is there any natural disasters that's coming, that's on its way, that we need to worry about within
He said no.
within
look,
none?
look,
He
if
said
we're
between now
talking
and
about,
2030, there's nothing.
listen, if we're talking about, like, in the United States, major, like the earthquakes that hit San Francisco and all that, no,
Yeah.
man, there's just not. Yeah, there's tornadoes, but if you're thinking like whatever the
Like catastrophic events, you know, like a
yeah,
tsunami
no,
that kills
no,
Yeah.
no
100,000 people,
tsunamis
you know.
that wipe out the coast. Now listen, there is a power outage for several weeks. I don't know if you guys know who CERN is, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
they send up a satellite to they start sending up satellites, but one of these satellites hits a communication satellite and turns everything dark for quite a long time, where people start to lose their mind. So when you start talking about loss of life and the
When is this?
population, what is this, 2021? So 2024,
2025. Okay.
2024, 2025, yeah, 2024. So,
I could
but
see that.
it's all part of, it's all scripted, man. It's all one big ass, hey, we're trying to make this like a one government, a uniform. I'm not saying, I can't even liken it to a movie. I've said, yeah, aspects of this and this kind of resemble But it's basically, man, about control. 100% about control. Your everyday
Absolutely.
life, you know, that down to the point where you won't even own shit. You know, you'll never own shit. You know,
But
after
you
this,
never really own shit now. You really never own real
no,
shit now.
I know, but but see, you got the perception that you own your home, you own your car. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Correct. Correct.
But I'm talking like it's front and center. Like, you know, even the clothes you wear, you're leasing them clothes. You don't own them clothes. Like, that's the future that is coming. That is what we're trying to avoid. Even if we can change this a little as the years pass, you know, the end result could be completely different, you know. So, like I said, I know my objective. I don't know theirs. They know
Now, is there
theirs. They don't know mine.
any communication you're allowed to have? So let's say something like, you remember the movie The 12 Monkeys, right? With the 12 Monkeys. So you see similar, like he was sent back, but he was still able somehow to, or even like to show the fringe, they have communication with the future, which would be 2040 now,
Right, right,
considering that you've been here 10 years. Are
right.
you able to have any kind of communication with 2040 where they
I
could tell
don't.
you?
Yeah, I don't have communication with them, but I'm not stupid or naive. I think that they still have the technology, you know, and I think that they send people back to keep an eye. I mean, I do believe that. Um, Perhaps that was who was over there. The government, when they were across the street, man, they made it a point to know. You know, I took pictures of the license plate. I had followers that, you know, had military backgrounds that were looking up, you know, government vehicles, found the plate, found the make, model, sent me the entire web site for, you know, government vehicles and shit, the Dodge Durango that was over there. But maybe the guy back there was affiliated with him. I'm not stupid. I'm not naive, but they're not really the ones watching over this. You know, the beans are watching over this. The beans are. I do have. I don't want to. I don't want to. I know this shit sounds crazy, man. That's why it took so long for me to even tell. Look, to come out in public and say, hey, look, you know, this is the case. It took a while because I know it sounds crazy, but it's not, man. I have not been wrong. If I was lying, if this was a joke, if this was lucky guesses, after a year, bro, you're gonna run out of that luck.
Yo,
Like
bro,
there's
if
no
the
way.
Cleveland Browns don't win the Super Bowl,
I,
promise me that you coming up here. You
hey,
don't
look,
run.
hey,
Don't
look,
run
I
from us.
own up
If the
to it.
Cleveland Browns
Look,
don't win,
I own
do
up
not
to it,
run from
man.
us, bro. You coming up
Hey,
here.
look, I will not run, bro. I own up to it. But you're gonna see, you're gonna have me back. I know you will. You're gonna have me back in September when Joe Biden steps down. You're gonna be like, damn, bro, like, cause I've done this. I've done this. I did it when I got so much hate from the Trumpers out there. So much hate. Like
Why?
because I said like they were convinced that this guy was going to win, and I'm telling them like, look, man, no matter what, no. And then after he lost, he's gonna figure it out. He's going to the court. No, listen, man, no, it's not. You know, this is the way it is. So people don't like the truth, man. They don't like it, but I don't run from it. I ain't been wrong, and I'm not going to be wrong. That's the whole point. But if I am wrong, I'll be on here for sure, 100%.
Okay.
I mean, it's very intriguing. No, listen.
See, now I'll see if you had any more questions. I
No,
mean,
I'm just
it's
saying.
a lot of
Listen.
questions out there, but it's a lot of comments that's out
Yeah.
there.
Anything with food shortage that comes up that you know that happens in 2023, 2024, 2025. I'm talking about, do you remember when you was in 2030? I'm not talking about you coming back.
Yeah, yeah.
When you was in 2030, did you realize any food shortage or any kind of thing like in that nature?
Listen, if you're not going to adhere to this, which I gotta think that most logical minded people are good on adhering. They're not going to do it. Um, yeah, I would start learning how to fend for yourself. I mean that because if you don't get that did, your whole life is different. You're not going to be able. I mean, obviously you're not going to be able to shop, but you're not going to be able to go to the doctor, all the way down to getting any kind of financial aid, student aid, welfare. Like, there's people that are hell bent on not doing it. They're cool on doing it. The same with the
Like me.
vaccine, man. If you don't get the vaccine by the end of this year, your life is going to be hindered, bro. Like, major. You're not going to be able to do shit. You're going to see it this summer, man, with this passport. It starts with that. You're not going to be able to do shit. And it's going to get to the point where, you
This
know, how
summer,
you,
you're saying.
Well,
yeah, but
let me ask you this. I got it. I got to interject. I got because all right. I hear everything you're saying as far as like what they plan to do, what they're gonna do, what happened already, right? But
okay.
what if you can? All right, maybe you can't answer this. Are you gonna stop it? Like, if this is what you came back for? Like, we should worry
It's
about
just
that,
not
right?
here. There's another 6 people
That's
running
what I'm
around
saying.
here.
Or what are y'all gonna
Listen,
do? Are y'all gonna stop this shit? Because I want
I
this shit
mean,
to stop.
that's the goal. But do I
You
listen?
got help.
I think it plays out at least through the end of phase one. Remember when I said I likened it to three phases? I think it plays out through phase one because I know what I'm here to do, man, and I know the repercussions of that.
Do you know when you got to do it or no?
No, see that's the thing. When I first came back, I thought every day was going to be the day. Then after time started to pass, and we're talking years, man, I'm kind of like sitting back trying to figure it out myself. Like, okay, is it going to happen here? Is it going to happen here? It's coming. I mean, I know that it's coming. Um, and it's one of those scenarios where I don't know that I'll be here the next day. You know what I mean? I really don't. So I'm not looking forward to it, but I want to get it over with because I see where it plays a major role in deterring the future that I'm talking about. I see how it does. Because this goes back to those bloodlines that I was talking about, man. This shit has been around for millennia. I mean, and I mean it. They thousands of years this kind of shit's been going on. So as we evolve, so does this, and like it needs to be stopped, man. For sure.
Somebody said
One of the seven died
Yeah.
of what?
She was killed. And I did say
by
she, it's not all men.
by the bloodlines.
We don't know. It was a car accident. Like I talked to her fiance for hours. He sent me everything that he ever got from her, he ever collected.
What
You
do you mean?
know,
She came back from time and fell in love and got married and wanted
yeah,
to get
bro.
married?
Yeah, yeah. See, this is the part that people don't understand. Like, we're still human. You know what I mean? We like it's some things
I
is
get that, but it sounds like they're losing sight of the objective. Like if you count, if I'm in the year, I don't care what year, it's 2050, and I'm sent back by aliens and the government. First of all, the government's doing all this bullshit, and so these demonic, well, not all aliens, but the government's doing most of the shit. But okay, let's say some government official decided to say, hey, listen, I don't like what's going on. Me, cool. He's from another planet. He don't like what's going on. So we're gonna put you in this time.
Kaku.
We're gonna put you in this time and she send you back. I'm gonna stay focused on the agenda though. That's what I'm gonna
I
say.
look, but
I'm gonna
that
stay focused
that might have
because
been her
it's
objective.
detrimental to the future. Yeah, but it's
But
detrimental.
listen,
Well, you know what it is,
her
Hope?
her,
That's
her
what happens to the
objective might
100,000
have been to
starseeds.
play that role. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy that the Russian guy that I talk about a lot. You know, he's government. Like that's his objective. His objective was, you know, that path. That's his path. You know, her path might have been to live like this certain kind of life and have this on the surface. You
Did
know,
she complete her mission? That's what we need to know.
Apparently not, nigga. She got killed.
I don't
I
know,
mean, but
man.
maybe her
I
mission,
don't know.
you got to think 10 years passed. Maybe her mission was before that. You know what I mean?
No
It
way.
could, yeah, it could have been. It could have been, you know, because I don't know theirs and they don't know mine. All I know
Okay.
is mine. That's my focus is mine. And this shit right here does not have anything to do with mine. It's not going to hinder it. Like, I mean, obviously I can't tell you, but like I wouldn't do this if I thought it was going to jeopardize that. You know what I mean? I figured half the people wouldn't believe the shit anyway. No matter how much I hit it on the nail on the head, they would always dismiss it because people don't like the unknown. You know what I mean? They're totally against it. They label it taboo and they move on to the next thing. You know, like you're getting facts, you're seeing the shit happen over an entire year, and you'd rather watch a 17-year-old twerk. You know what I mean? What like that's what I'm saying, to disconnect with people. It's crazy, but they dismiss it. So I figured it wouldn't get even as big as it has. You know, at one point, man, I had like 50,000, 55,000 followers. When they killed the account, I never thought it would get that big because I'm a logical thinker. You know, there's shit that I see on TikTok and I'm like, yeah, no way, that's fake. That's fake for sure. You know, but I think my sincerity and my consistency, a lot of people, the 50,000 that I said, they started to take to it, you know, but I didn't think it would get this big, you know. So I just want you to
Yo,
know
dude,
because of
even
what
if
you
Ivana
said
Trump becomes
that this
president,
right here is not hindering my objective. I'd rather inform my community of the things that I feel like I can speak on than not, you know, because I'm a community type of guy,
So
you
they
know.
Sabina said, "Tell him Kamala's VP." I mean, I could take a guess. Is it Nancy
Yeah,
Pelosi?
yeah. I mean, it's Stancy all
yeah, but
day.
we know that.
Yeah, I
We
know,
know that.
but I was saying it in June of last year, you know. Who was saying it in June of last year before they were even before he was even named the what do they call that? The nomination, and before he picked the vice president. I was saying all this shit in June. That's what you guys don't get. I've been saying this whole thing since
In
June of last
June.
year. Since
Let me
June
ask
of
you
last
something.
year.
Have you heard of that platform, Clubhouse?
Clubhouse?
Yeah, Clubhouse.
No.
It's a big platform, but it's not video. It's an audio drop platform that's real big now with a lot of um I would like to I'm gonna if you could DM me actually, I would like to send you an invite.
Okay.
We have a club there called I have one called the Spiritual Intelligence Agency. We have another one called the Preservation of the Human Race. We got like
Okay.
almost 28 to 30,000 members. I would like to send you. You got an iPhone, right? Correct? Because you
I don't. I
you know.
don't. I got a Galaxy, but I'll get an iPhone, man. I mean,
Okay,
that's
good. So get an iPhone because it's only for iPhone, not yet for
okay.
Galaxy. Because I would like to bring you up there. At least people won't see who you are, but at least you could speak about this to 1,500. We usually get 100, 200, 300. The most we have gotten is about 1,000 people that come into the room, depending who the guest is and what we're conversing about, just so people could hear. Forget about talking about. Cause I'm not a fan for you to tell the objective too, just because whatever the objective is, I need the objective to get done. I don't need
Yeah,
you to
I'm
get
not.
COVID and die because if the 7 dies, then it served no purpose. They did a bad. Whoever's picking the lottery over there for the people is doing a bad job. You know, at this
Right.
point, you know
No,
what I'm saying?
I got
You
you.
know,
Yeah, I
you know what
got
I'm
you.
saying? But I would like your story to be out there just so it could give awareness whether people think it's true or not.
Okay.
We don't think that way because we go down the rabbit hole and I tell people a history that started 950 billion years ago, and I know people be like, you're fucking nuts. And at the end of the day, there was life here for a long time. There's
Yep.
interdimensional beings here. You know,
Yep.
time travel is real. You know, whether you could do it physically or not, I don't know. You know, so it's intriguing. You know, I'm
Okay.
just asking the questions like anybody, like a real journalist, just
Hey,
because
hey, and
for
I
the people.
appreciate you for it, man. For sure. So yeah, send the invite. I'll pick up an iPhone tomorrow, and yeah, for sure, man. Because
I mean, it
that's my
seems like you
goal.
could make life good for you here if with all the
I have.
information you have. Because if you paid attention and could remember and recollect 10 years before when you was here, there's certain things that you could remember that you could make sure that you could financially gain personally, so you don't go through no struggle. Being that you're
Listen.
here from the future.
Hey, look, I sit here and trade all day long, bro. Like I'm good financially. So yeah, I've made life comfortable for myself for sure. I mean, this is what
Good,
I do.
good.
So, but yeah, I'll go out and snag an iPhone tomorrow, man.
Yeah, go
100%.
get your iPhone. Make sure you definitely do that. Um, I think we asked a lot of questions. I don't really have specifically no more. You answered a lot. I'm gonna go back and watch this live again just to hear.
Okay.
I'll be waiting to if anybody got any last minute questions, I don't want to hold this man all night. Dave, if you got any last minute questions or anybody out there, just put them up real quick. I'll give
Hey,
you another
look,
5 minutes for y'all
hey,
to
hey,
come up.
look, and I'll come back whenever, man. Because like I said, I make myself available. If I'm gonna put this shit out there, it's gonna cause fear in some people, or they're gonna be inquisitive and they're gonna want to know. I make myself available. I mean, I got a Discord. All these people are part of the Discord that are on here talking, like you know, the people that have rocked with me since the beginning. I'll
Let
come
me DM me
on.
your Discord. DM me your
Okay.
Discord because I have
Yeah.
a Discord for that, and I want to put you my boy Williams on here. He does a lot of these big shows in Canada where he used
Okay.
to do Art Bell. He used to do Art Bell and
Okay.
all
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
people. So he also has he's also part of the preservation of the human race, and he has a
Okay.
thing called Forbidden Feed where he talks about this stuff. Like we just had a guy, I think today that he was well known from Scotland for doing poltergeists and UFO stuff and abductions, and he was well known for 50 years out there in Scotland. Been in a
Okay.
lot of shows and stuff. So this is what we do because we're about
Okay.
bringing awareness and mindfulness to the population so they could start understanding that there's a lot going on more than what we know for so
Yes.
long. So
Yeah.
be open-minded and receptive that anything's possible. Timelines can change at any point of time. So
Absolutely.
you know, so
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll send it to you. How do I get your name on here, man? Because I
it's
have
Disco
Hope.
David.
What I do is I'm a DM him your I'm gonna DM you his information, his Instagram.
Okay,
That's
for
what I
sure,
do,
man.
Seven.
Hey, look, I
I do
appreciate
that.
you guys having me, man.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you coming up. We're gonna bring you back up again. Yeah, Dave, definitely. I'm a DM you and we holler at you another time, bro. Thanks.
All right, man. Thank you, guys.
All right,
All
brother.
right.
Be safe. Stay safe.
All right,
Yeah.
so everybody out there, I know you had a lot of questions like Bitcoin, lotto numbers. You must have came in late because he said he's not answering stuff like that. Is do he believe his opinion? I see you ask him is the Earth flat? That don't his opinion on the Earth is flat has nothing to do with him being a time traveler. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't.
It didn't sound like he knew that before they decided to bring him back. He said he was just a regular individual that doesn't understand why he was picked in the first place.
Right, right. So it's not like his opinion on that wouldn't have mattered. What mattered the most was him pointing out events to us, and let's see if the Cleveland Browns win. I'm gonna take him way more serious. I already take him serious. I never. That's why I brought him up here. I don't like to doubt people, but if the Cleveland Browns win,
Or even Ivanka Trump. If Ivanka Trump becomes president in
well,
2024.
that's 4 years from now. The Cleveland Browns win this
Oh,
season.
that's true. That's true. That's true. But if the Cleveland Brown and Ivanka Trump wins, that says a little something because to claim like Ivanka Trump, I can see it just because it seemed like she was being prepped the way that Trump put her as a cabinet member when he was in office. So it looked like there was already nurturing because they're on this real woman, empowerment, which is fine. All I look forward to women when if you're going to be empowered, like you always needed to be empowered, stay being that loving and compassionate, nurturing person that you always was. Don't go and get mad at the fucking world because of what men done. They're talking about press the button now, bitch. You're like, let's not do that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's a fact. No, that. Hey, look, y'all. This is the rabbit hole, and this is what the rabbit hole is for. I see a lot of y'all. Oh, he capping. Yo, whether he is or not is information. Take it or leave it, and let's move on. Let's continue to build, man. But he came highly recommended. So, I
I'm
had to
just saying the
mention.
girls, but the girls are doing too much, girls. If you want people, you can't, like in the future, if you're going to get on any kind of lives with people, the last thing I would say for you ladies to be doing, the ones that sounded like you was in a polygamous relationship with them, to be in the comments saying that all you're gonna do is make people feel funny because you're doing too much there by being like, yo, he's the truth, he's this, he's that. Let him speak, let him be him without doing the most, because then it sounds like you're advocating for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Let him just do what he's got to do, because at some point, you know, you're going to start arguing with people. People are going to start being condescending and rude and disrespectful to you, because they're not, you're going to seem cultish. Like you're in a cult. Like if he told you right now to
Right.
put a black outfit with black Nike sneakers and drink a Kool-Aid, y'all gonna be the first ones to drink it, because that's how y'all sounding on here. Just a word of advice for the ones that were here, because it was 3 of y'all up here that kept going in. Like, yo, he's the truth, he's the truth, he's the truth, and all we want to do, I don't care if it's the truth or not. I respect what he's doing and what he's saying until otherwise.
Right. Till the Cleveland Browns lose. But this is another, edition of Down the Rabbit Hole, 4/5. Dave came up here, asked some good questions, shit that I wasn't thinking about. Good looking for that. I can't stay on, y'all. I know it's a lot of y'all in here. I would love to stay on with 200 people on here, but I got some things to do. I got to get up in the morning. I got a lot of CMOS to make. Shout out to everybody who's been buying CMOS off me, the CMOS gels, man. I really appreciate y'all. I've been sending them out. I haven't been getting no rest. I'm talking about, bro, I've been making CMOS for the last 2 weeks. No rest. I mean, it's good because it's, I'm selling it, but at the end of the day, that's what I got to do right now. But you're ready, Dave. I'll probably catch up to you in Clubhouse or something. I haven't been on there in a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all. So, thank you for joining the rabbit hole. You know what we do.
You're ready.
And if you're on Clubhouse, just join me on Clubhouse on the Spiritual Intelligence Agency, the preservation of the human race.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.